I was 16 years old, a couple years later, I made a trip to New York City with my family. And there was a big concert happening at the Apollo Theater. It was a jazz concert. The woman who was producing the show said she could get me in and get me backstage, so I was super excited. Well, last minute, found out that the show was completely sold out and she couldn't get me in. So I was quite disappointed. But my family and I changed course, and we decided to go eat at Roth's Steakhouse, which is a very casual steakhouse in Midtown. So there was a great piano trio playing in the corner, and they were a friend of a friend, and the pianist said to me, "Hey, why don't you come sit in?" So I played the first set with them, super, super fun, and then he said, "We're gonna take a break. Why don't you come back for the second set and play with us some more if you're down. And by the way, we have a trumpeter who's going to join us." So I was delighted. And so I'm playing the second set. There's no trumpeter in sight. And then in the middle of my solo, I open my eyes, and in the back door walks none other than Wynton Marsalis. Yeah, so my jaw, I like have to keep my jaw together because I'm playing, but I want to drop it. And Wynton walks in with his son. And there's like 10 people at Roth's Steakhouse, and they seem so much more interested in eating their steaks than like Wynton Marsalis. So anyways, he takes his trumpet out, and we start jamming together. And I'm thinking in the back of my head, that's the trumpeter you were referring to? Oh my God. And we play a second set, and it's so fun, and it's incredibly like pinch me surreal. Well, a few weeks later, my father gets a call from Wynton's people asking if I'd be his special guest with his orchestra at Rose Hall in New York City for 3 nights. Oh, there we are. Okay, so that's us at Roth's Steakhouse. And then here we are. This is at Rose Hall. And then that led him to ask if I'd join a whole cast of legendary musicians to celebrate Obama's first inauguration at the Kennedy Center. What an opportunity. I am so excited. I'm sweating. I'm terrified. I remember the weeks leading up to the performance, and I'm an anxious mess. I knew I was so excited about it, but at the same time, there was just this feeling of dread in my gut because I was so nervous. So the day rolls around, the who's who of jazz is there. I find out I'm playing a song with the Dave Brubeck, the legendary pianist, and it's just all pretty crazy. Performance time rolls around, my heart is beating up in my throat until the moment that I step on stage. Something magical always happens the minute that I'm on stage. That's why I love it up here. As soon as I play my first note, it's like all my anxiety goes away. And I am just in it. I'm in the music, and it's the most glorious feeling in the world. It's my zen, my meditation, and everything else just floats away. So I walked off the stage with a big grin. I was ready for it, and after I got on stage, I could thoroughly enjoy it. And I kept thinking in my head, this can't be harder than writing for the Boston Pops Orchestra. Well, I think back to that night at Roth's Steakhouse and how none of this would have happened if the initial plan of going to see that performance at the Apollo Theater came through. And instead, I decided to embrace being spontaneous, going with the flow, and changed plans. And we ended up at Roth's Steakhouse, and something better than I could have ever imagined happened. So go figure.